Hey everybody, what is up? Benji Pistone here, representing Hamilton. How you guys doing today? So it's time, everybody. Not too long ago, I posted a video on my channel talking about that I'm gonna do a Q&A video, and I told you all to send me some questions on this video, and yeah, today's the day. Today is this Q&A video that you guys have been waiting for, and yeah, and I got quite a few questions here, and I'm going to answer them all. I'm actually going to do this video in two parts because I don't want to make the video too long, you know what I mean? And also at the same time, the reason why I want to make it into two parts because of the fact that I got a soccer game to watch, you know what I mean? Today Italy and England are playing, so guess I should get into the spirit of it all. There we go. Let me just put this on. And yeah, so it's gonna be a good game today. Best of luck to England, and also best of luck to Italy as well. You know what I mean? And it's just soccer. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say, "Oh, England sucks," blah blah blah, because I'm not like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so best of luck to both teams. Okay. Alright guys, so here we go. Like I said, I'm gonna answer all these questions. I got about 10 questions, so I'm gonna do this in two parts, okay? And I'm gonna obviously shout out all the people who have sent me these questions, okay? So let me just Alright, here we go. So let's start off with Psycho Strange 85. Psycho Strange 85, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. And actually, he sent two questions, and one of the questions that he sent me is your top 5 favorite hip hop albums. Okay, yeah. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna mention the classics like Illmatic and Reasonable Doubts and 36 Chambers and all that, because it's also obvious those are my favorite albums. You know what I mean? So so top 5 albums. You know what? I'm just gonna think of these off the top of my head. Top 5 albums. Yeah. Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links 1 and 2, and this is in no particular order. Cuban Links 1 and 2, both dope ass albums. Yeah. Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot here. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I got my iPod handy, so I'm gonna do that. Because, yeah, I'm a horrible thinker. Okay, so like I said, Raekwon, Cuban Links 1 and 2. Little Brother, the Minstrel Show. KRS-One, Return of the Boom Bap. Jeru the Damager, the sun rises in the east. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to mention the obvious ones, you know what I mean? Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth. Yeah, you know what I mean? How many have I said? I said 1, 2, I said 4, right? So yeah, and I'll just throw in some Eminem, and which is one of his favorite albums that he's ever made, which is the Eminem Show. So yeah, so those are some of my favorite albums, and yeah, and also Psycho Strange 85 asks me, "Are you a fan of Action Bronson?" Okay, let me tell you a story about Action Bronson and the first time I ever heard this guy. All right. First time I ever heard this guy, it was from a great YouTuber called you probably have heard of this guy, the Misanthropic One. What's up, buddy? In case you hear this, you watch this video, how you doing, man? How you doing, man? Misanthropic One, and he was pretty much doing a review on a whole bunch of albums, and one of the albums that he mentioned was Action Bronson's album Dr. Lecter. And so I got curious, and so I went on YouTube and I typed up his name, and I listened to a few of his songs, and I heard this guy for the first time, and let me tell you something. I heard this guy for the first time and I thought to myself, "Oh my God, this guy is fucking awesome. This guy is so fucking dope." Like, honestly, guys, he is now one of my favorite rappers right now that has come out in this present time. He's just absolutely awesome, you know what I mean? And those albums and the albums that he has put out, you know, Dr. Lecter is fucking an incredible album, and also that album that he did with Static Selector, well done. I love Action Bronson. He is awesome lyrically. He's amazing, and a lot of people compare him to Ghostface because of the fact that he does kind of sound like Ghostface, and I will admit he does sound like him. You know what I mean? And another thing that a lot of people have said about Action is that he, a lot of people call him the White Rick Ross. Please, give me a break, okay? Comparing Rick Ross to Action Bronson, give me a fucking break, okay? But anyways, yeah. So I love Action Bronson, man. He is so awesome, and I just found out recently that that he's touring now here in Canada, and he's actually going to be performing in Toronto, but unfortunately I can't go right now. It would have been sweet if he actually came to Hamilton, but yeah, Action Bronson, I fucking love him. So yeah, all right. Okay, movie master 31456. What's up? Thank you very much. Hottest celebrity. Okay. Well, I'll tell you something right now. I will always be a fan of Beyonce, and I'll always be a fan of Halle Berry. Halle Berry is just, Halle Berry is just absolutely gorgeous, you know what I mean? And there was a time where she actually grew her hair long, you know what I mean? And you know how she had like that trademark short hair, but then she went to long hair. No, she looks better with that short hair. And Halle Berry, I can just remember that James Bond movie that she was in with Pierce Brosnan. Sorry, I can't speak today. And that scene when she jumped out of the ocean and she was in that orange bikini. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was beautiful. It really was. But right now, who am I feeling as far as celebrities are concerned? I'm really loving Jennifer Hudson. You know, that girl that played that girl that's in that movie Hunger Games. I haven't watched the movie, but I think she's really hot. First time I was introduced to her is when she was in that movie X-Men First Class, when she played Mystique, the young Mystique. Really hot girl. And who else do I like? From Storage Wars. You guys watch that show Storage Wars? That girl Brandy. Brandy, I love her. She's really hot. And also another girl that I'm thinking of, this other celebrity. Well, she's not really a celebrity. She was more of a stand-up comedian. Her name is Eliza Schlesinger. Guys, you need to Google this girl because this girl is just absolutely hot. Okay, so yeah, all right. And also, Movie Master sent me this other question: favorite fast food. What's your favorite fast food restaurant? To be honest with you guys, I don't eat fast food that much. I really don't. A lot of you people are probably thinking to yourself, "Oh, you're really big. You fuck off. You like fast food." Honestly, no, I don't. You know what I mean? To be honest, the last time I ate at like McDonald's was like, I'd say, I don't know, about 5 months ago, a year ago. You know what I mean? But the thing is that when it comes to food like that, I'm mostly into like going into like the mall food courts and getting like that the Japanese stir fries. You know how they have like the big griddle and you ask them to make you like my favorite is like chicken and beef on steamed rice, and there's a couple of places that I go to in Hamilton, really good stuff. Also this other restaurant in Hamilton, which is this Vietnamese restaurant that I go to constantly. Amazing Vietnamese food. So yeah. Okay. Alright, so okay, here we go. Eminem One Fan 45. How you doing? Asked me opinion on 50 Cent and Hobson. Okay. Now, I actually just heard this. When you sent me this question, I honestly thought that it was that it was another beef, that it was another hip hop beef. But it turns out that it's not a beef. You know what I mean? Found out that Hobson, that on YouTube there's this song that Hobson does with 50 Cent and Eminem. It's not an official song. It's like a song where you take like the existing songs from the three guys and they remix it together and all that. And yeah, it's a pretty good song. That Hobson guy's a fucking crazy guy with those white eyes. Wow. Yeah. And in the video, it's a pretty funny video. Like I hear his lyrics in the song, and it's like he's dissing like pretty much a lot of these new rappers today. Like he disses like 50. He doesn't diss 50 Cent. He disses Lil Wayne. He disses Soulja Boy. This is Lupe Fiasco. Another funny thing that's in this video is that he makes fun of Tyler the Creator, where where there's one scene where there's like a lookalike of Tyler the Creator, and it's fucking hilarious, man. I'm not a fan of Tyler the Creator's music, but I will admit I have watched some interviews of him on YouTube, and I will admit he's a pretty funny guy. He's hilarious. So yeah. So I don't know. What's my opinion on that? I don't know, man. Hopefully I've answered that question for you. If I haven't, sorry about that. What else do we got here? Okay. I'm gonna do one more question here. And then I'll end this part 1 over here. Okay, and it's from the R10101. How you doing, buddy? Good. Thank you very much. What is the dopest dope you've ever smoked? Now, a lot of you people, a lot of you have seen some videos that I've posted where I am, smoking a little bit of greenage. I like smoking weed. You know what I mean? I don't smoke it every day. Like I smoke weed once in a while. You know what I mean? Like I can't be one of these. I can't be one of these people that all they do with their lives is smoke weed every day. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Same thing with booze. I don't drink every day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess you can call me a social smoker and a social drinker. But dopest dope I've ever smoked. To be honest with you, like pretty much all of the weed that I've smoked in the past is really good. I usually when I want weed, I get it from my friends. Like this one guy that I used to work with. Every time I got weed from him, his stuff was always fantastic. You know what I mean? Like I can remember coming home from work, especially after a really bad day. I pretty much would come home, take a shower, eat, roll me up one. And I would just sit in my room and I would just chill, and it made me feel fantastic. But yeah, so pretty much usually the weed that I get is from my friends, and it's always really good stuff. I'll tell you a story really quick, and this was actually the very first time that I've ever gotten high. I was done work this one night, and I was closing. It was a night shift, and I was finished working, and I had this doobie in my bag, and I was walking in a mall parking lot, because it was in the middle of the night and it was closed. Nobody was there. So what I did was I just lit it up and I smoked it and all that, and I did not know just how strong this weed really was, because I ended up smoking this entire joint to myself. And oh my god, I was so fucking high that night. Oh my god, I can still remember this night very well. I was so high is that I also at the same time, I was high for the very first time, and I was also paranoid, And when I got on that bus to that ride home, I sat in the back of the bus, and I was like, I got all scared and paranoid, because not only was I scared, but also I had this thought in my feeling that all of these people that were on the bus were staring at me and looking at me, and I'm thinking, and these people are thinking to themselves, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Like, I literally sat at the back of the bus holding my backpack and doing this. Oh my god. But in the end, it was some great weed, and I also learned that I should be careful, because I really cannot smoke a whole joint to myself. Like, for me, like, it only takes about a half a doobie for me to get high, and then there you go, I'm done. So yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna end this. This is part 1. So stay tuned for part 2, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care.